Well, greetings. Well, I'd say good afternoon or good morning, but I don't know when you're looking at me, so I'm just going to say greetings. I have a great one for you today. It's all about prosperity and money. I think we spoke on prosperity before, but this one, let's talk about money. We don't like to talk about money, do we? Oh, because we always say, I don't have enough. So today I was reading an interesting email from someone who was saying to me how they make it from payday to payday, week to week. I think of those interesting statements and how many years have we been making it payday to payday. So I go back in time. In my first year in hypnosis, I made $3,600. $3,600. Wow. Of course, it was a long time ago. $3,600 might be like maybe 15 or 20,000 in today's world. If you look on Google, look at 1970, $3,600. The following year, I made $5,600. I really increased my income, didn't I? And boy, was I challenged. And I didn't understand consciousness like I do today. You ever look back in time and regret something you didn't do? Well, stop regretting. I'll do that another time. Because we didn't know what we know now so that we could have done what we would have done now, then we didn't do it. And I remember talking to my mother, who is a wise woman. She has helped me so much. And I told her how broke I was. I told her, oh my God, I think I need to stop doing hypnosis. I'm not making any money and I can't make it. And my mother said to me, real kind of calm, she looked at me and with those rosemary eyes of hers and says, don't worry about it, because if you don't worry about it, there's nothing to worry about. Oh, I was so pissed. I said, sure, you could say that. You've got money in the bank and you got a house. You can buy clothes, you can buy groceries, and you tell me don't worry about it. And she sort of sat back, adjusted her posture and smiled and very calmly said, and if you don't worry about it, there's nothing to worry about. Well, I didn't understand those words then, but I do now, and I want to share them with you now. Those words say to me, when we worry, we generate this negative energy to have an absence of prosperity, money. Then I have another phrase for you. And the phrase is, no matter how old you are, no matter what your financial situation is like, no matter what you are doing or feeling in life right now, you've made it to this day. What does that mean, you've made it to this day? Well, it means that you're always saying, oh, what if I can't pay my bills? What if I don't have enough to pay my mortgage or my rent? And what about food and clothes for the kids? And what am I going to do? But you've made it to this day with all that stress and struggling and, as my mother said, worrying. So worrying is an interesting word because worrying, I think I've spoken of before, implies you're doing something about it, doesn't it? Sure does. If you're a parent and your kids were out late and they're supposed to be home at 10 o'clock and it's 5 after 10, you start worrying, don't you? Why are you worrying? Because it implies you care. And somebody says, and if you don't worry, and somebody says, well, aren't you worried? No, I'm not worried. Don't you care? So you see, the word worrying implies that you care about your finances, but you're really not. You're just digging your hole deeper because the worrying is creating what I've spoken of on other videos. We become what we think about all day long. Do you worry all day long? Do you worry about your finances all day long? Do you worry that you're not going to have enough? I'd say you probably do because you're watching this video about worried about money. So let's try something new. Let's try this word trust. And allow me to share with you what I've done for at least 40 plus years. Remember in 1970, I was so broke. My legs are shaking right now. I was so broke. So in 1970, I just wanted to give up on hypnosis. And today, many years later, as I'm speaking to you, I am so glad I did not. Not just because it's been financially rewarding, but because it has been so spiritually rewarding, so emotionally rewarding, so consciously rewarding to sit here and speak to you about not worrying. So here's my philosophy today. My philosophy today is to trust. So instead of the word worry, I would like you to feel the word trust. Close your eyes. We've done this before. Take a gentle breath. Think of the word trust, not the word, the feeling trust. Now, what could you do if you trust? You could be like Jack sitting over next to me snoring away. He trusts. He trusts. He knows everything's going to be okay because he lives the moment. Did you ever think about living the moment and trusting? Because you could worry, you could live paycheck to paycheck, you could be without, but if you trust, it'll be okay. And you say, sure, Larry, you could say that like my mother, right? You could say that. But I'm saying to you what I've learned. I've learned by working the system of consciousness. I know the system. Let me use better words without ego. I don't know everything, but boy, have I been around the block a few times and I have learned how to generate and manifest whatever I desire. And it's not money. I don't generate money. I generate prosperity. I generate health. I generate well-being. I manifest everything I desire by trusting, not by reaching out and grabbing for it, or as you say, working paycheck to paycheck. Excuse that runny nose, that's an old man thing. Yeah, I'm not an old man. I'm a young guy. I'm a young, spirited guy, and I'm going to teach you how to be young and spirited as I am as life goes on. You listen to my words, it doesn't mean that it'll work for you always, but this word trust will. And you know how I've generated financial prosperity? By allowing, by not doubting, and by not always counting how much I don't have. Do you know if you're concerned of finances, you're often counting how much you don't have? If you need $800 to pay your bills today, well, today's Sunday for me, so you don't need a nice sunny day, 17 degrees outside in Chicago. If you need $800 today and you only have $700, feel the angst, feel the worry. Excuse me. So shut up for a minute, feel trust, allow, and I promise you, it'll work out. Whatever age you are, how many years you've been on this earth, hasn't it always eventually worked out to this moment? Then what are you worried about? It'll work out. I wish you a beautiful Sunday, or whatever day you're looking at me. I wish you prosperity, health, love, and well-being. I will talk to you soon. Bye.